YouTube? This is Drake News here, come to you with another Pokemon trading card game deck profile. So yes, we're going to be covering Lost March. This is actually one of my most favorite decks that I've been playing right now. And basically, it's just the reason why I love it so much is because it's so cheap. It's such a budget deck that I can use to take to my locals competitions and do pretty well in. And I just really want to cover that. But this weekend, last Saturday, I just had a big competition. 40 plus people went to compete, and I actually did pretty well in it. Don't really do too well, but this is something I just want to cover. So yeah, because right now everyone's playing the Zapdos Pika deck, so that's something to look forward to. So I do have some counters for it, and be sure to stay tuned for more future videos on that. Alright, so let's get going on the deck profile. So yeah, we're going to play 4 Jumpluffs. This is going to be one of the main starter deck because of the attack called Lost March, where it does 20 times the number of Pokemon in your Lost Zone. And it's very easy for you to get that many Pokemon into your Lost Zone. For myself, the most I've done is actually 12 Pokemon in the Lost Zone, so I'm hitting for 240. That's going to hit up almost from all your main GXs that you're going to see from Zekrom, Buzzwole, Rayquaza, and all that. So be sure this is what one of the main big cards you're going to need. And next we got 4 Skiploons. This is going to be basically how you're going to get your Lost March engine going. Basically, for 4 paths to the sky, what it does is basically it'll send Skiploon and Hoppip into the Lost Zone. So that way you're going to be adding up the number of Pokemon in your Lost Zone to get going for your numbers. So yeah, with Skiploon and Hoppip, just by both of them itself, that's going to get you easy 40 damage. And for each one, if you get 4 of them in, that's going to be 160, plus any more extras that you're going to add in. So yeah, that's another one thing to look forward to. And we got 4 Hoppips with Tackle. Now, I did consider running the one with Multiply, but the thing is that you're wasting 1 attack, and the one with Multiply only has 30 HP. So that's why I didn't really want it. I want a little something with a little more body to it, so that way it prevents me from being sniped from Buzzwole. Even 1 Decidueye wouldn't be enough. So yeah, so that's one reason why. Plus, this is a very good fuel for the Lost March. Now, for additional attacks that we have 3 Natus with adult double colors energy. Basically, you want to get Lost March going. So this is going to be adding up. This is going to be alternative attacker if you can't get Jumpluff off. However, it's only 40 HP, so you gotta be very careful. Next, we got 4 Trumbeaks. These are going to be more your main fuel for your Lost March engine. So basically, what they're going to do is that you're going to, once you activate Trumbeak, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and if the supporting card goes to the Lost Zone. Now that's thrown to their own Lost Zone, but however for this is going to be 20 times, this is going to be 20 more or damage for your Jumpluff or for your Natus for the Lost March attack. So that's another thing I wanted to reconsider. Now new from Team Up, we got 4 Emolgas. With Nuzzly Gathering, this helps you keeps the Emolga engine alive for Pokecom. So what it does that with Nuzzly Gathering, you get to search for Emolga, add to your hand, and if you have Pokemon communications, allows you to search for whatever Pokemon that you need from any of the Lost March engine, or if you need to, you could Lost Zone the Emolgas that you don't need additionally with Lost Blender to add more fuel to the Lost March attack. We got 2 Marshalls with Let Loose ability, but what this does is it disrupts a lot of main opening plays against my opponents. So, and also, what I like to do is I like to set up my board as much as I can, then once I have everything ready, let loose, get a fresh new hand, disrupt my opponent's opening hand once it starts with 7, so that way I can keep myself going and slow them down in the beginning and try to get myself set up. And finally, we got 1 Orangaroo in case of with a Destruct. This way, so that way we can keep our draws going in case if we get a situation where we get less than 3 cards in our hand, and we can keep that draw going. That's our main Pokemon line. We got 4 Pokemon communications. And this is an amazing card. What it does, it allows you to keep the Jumpluffs if you don't need them in your hand, you can recycle it back to your deck. You can keep the Emolgas going in case you don't need them as well. Or the Marshalls. Basically what it does is it allows you to substitute a Pokemon in your hand for any Pokemon in your deck. So that's why I'm playing 4 of these. We got 2 Lost Blenders. What these does is that you're going to be lost zoning 2 of your cards in your hand to draw 1 card. Now I know that sounds a little risky. You're already -1 off of it, but however, with Emolga, even Marshall, sometimes you don't really need those. Sometimes it gets you a little bit more fuel for your Lost March attack. We got 2 Timer Balls. What I love about this card is that if you can flip a coin and you get 2 heads, you can search for any 2 evolutionary Pokemon. So what I like to look for is like I look for Trumbeak, or I like to look for Skiploom, or I like to look for Skiploom. So those will basically get my Lost March engine going, instructing the plays a little bit and deck them a little bit. We got 3 Net Balls. What this is very versatile. You can look for either a basic grass Pokemon or a basic grass energy. So it allows you to set up your board a little bit. At the same time, if you're Jumpluff, because we're running a very low energy count, it allows you to look for that energy you just need to power up your Jumpluff for that Lost March attack. Next we have 2 Nest Balls. This searches for any basic Pokemon they need, so I like to look for either a Rangaroo, an Emolga, Hop if really necessary, or a Natu, because Natu has that Lost March attack just in case. We got 2 Shrine Punishments for any GXers or EX decks that we're playing against. What this does is basically through each player end of each player's turn, it puts 1 damage counter on that Pokemon, and it really adds up. I was playing an Ultra Necrozma today and managed to keep that going just long enough for even my Jumpluff just hit 100. Just basically 5 Pokemon in the Lost Zone just to hit the Ultra Necrozma. They kind of let it a little bit too long, and I didn't have my setup for it. Alright, and we have 1 Rescue Stretcher to get any Pokemon in our discard pile back into our deck or our hand. So in case they knock out a Hop It way too early or not to, keep them alive, or not to add to hand for surprise attack. 1 Counter Catcher. This is going to be basically in place of a Guzma, so that way I can keep my supporter for that turn alive. So that way I can play something like a Lily or a Cynthia. That way I can keep myself drawing. And at the same time, getting Pokemon. However, this is very good in the opening. If you're going very late, if you're a little behind on prices, this is a good time to use for it. We have 4 Cynthias. This way we keep our Pokemon that we don't really need in our hand, like Jumpluff, back into our deck. So that way we can recycle our engine, try to get ourselves set up. And we also have 4 Lilies. However, I kind of feel I might have to drop a few for Erica's Hospitality. There are times I did have a few dead draws, but however, if you can get Lily in the first turn, she's amazing, where you can get up to 8 cards, in your hand, and that's going to help out, especially with how many cards you're going to be using, especially on the first turn. So that, if for example, if you've already used up all your hand except for 2 cards, you get 6 more cards added on. So that's amazing right there. And lastly, for our trainer, we have 1 Guzma. Consider bump this up. However, Guzma is very, very good, especially if you have an opponent. I just left your GX out wide open like Tapu Lele, and you can immediately knock that out, so that's very nice. Our energy counts are very low, so we're just playing 4 grass energies. That's basically all we need, and 4 double close energies. This is going to be mostly helping out Natus. However, we do have this just in case if we ever need to. So yeah, it keeps the attack going. So yeah, guys, what y'all think? Basically, I felt that this deck is really good, but because right now Zapdos, Pikarom, and everything is hurting a little bit, so just like trying to decide what to add in or what to take out. Anyway, guys, post in the comments down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this deck, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.